The forward pass has been an essential part of the game of football since roughly 1906. According to a definition given to us by our good reliable friends at Wikipedia, wink, a forward pass is a throwing of the ball in the direction to which the offensive team is trying to move, towards the defensive team's goal line. Since the forward pass was fully legalized from anywhere in front of and behind the line of scrimmage in 1933, it has been almost unspoken rule that the quarterback must throw the ball to a wide receiver, a position specifically given out to players whose job is to, well, catch the football. But what if I told you that in 2014, an NFL team practically removed the position entirely, and it almost succeeded? Without further ado, this is the NFL team that threw every law of passing out the window. Our story begins in the offseason prior to the 2014 NFL season. After a surprising rise to the AFC wildcard game in 2013, the Kansas City Chiefs are looking to repeat their 11-5 season and hopefully take home the AFC West title for the first time since 2010. They have a fairly star-studded offensive core led by second-year starter Alex Smith, all-pro running back Jamal Charles, and a young receiving core led by second-year man Travis Kelce. Notice how I just mentioned a tight end and not an actual receiver. That's because when it came to Chiefs receiving core, it was a wasteland. 30-year-old, 7-year veteran Dwayne Bowie will get the call to lead their unbelievably star-studded core. Following him will be Albert Wilson, DeAnthony Thomas, Junior Hemingway, and Donnie Avery. Many of these guys that had yet to even take an NFL snap were being thrown in as top receiving targets of a regular season NFL team. Given this lack of catching talent, head coach Andy Reid would have to utilize a new method of moving the offense down the field. Wait, what's that? Reid used a West Coast style offense that emphasizes passing over running? Oh, this is going to be a doozy. Enter the football wasteland. A place nobody should ever think about. A place that NFL entrepreneurs like John Heisman would spit in your face for even mentioning. The Chiefs' offense did what people once thought was impossible. They ran a complete pass-heavy offense without a top receiver. Let's begin with Week 1, shall we? Week 1 kicked off a new season for brand new opportunities for the Chiefs. By that I mean Alex Smith instantly dropping back and throwing an interception into the hands of Jason McCourty. Things are not about to be good, folks. The NFL gods are punishing the Chiefs for their foolish attempt to break the NFL's common unwritten rules by having Alex Smith throw yet another pick into the waiting hands of Jason McCourty. Oh, yeah, and there's Derek Johnson, their star linebacker, blowing out his Achilles in front of the hopeful Chiefs fans. He's now gone for the season. Smith, however, does throw himself a touchdown to tight end Anthony Fasano. Smith's line that game, 202 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. The Chiefs fall to 0-1. Week 2 rolls around as the Chiefs head to the mile-high city of Denver to face the all-dangerous Denver Broncos. The football gods, still unhappy with the Chiefs' foolish acts, have enacted more punishment. All-pro running back Jamal Charles and safety Eric Berry both go down with ankle injuries. With his top target down, Alex Smith now gets to throw to Travis Kelce. And say the line, Flight.
And the rest are nobodies.
However, maybe the football gods are being too harsh on Mr. Alex Smith. They give him condolences by allowing a pick six by Aqib Talib to be called back due to an offsides call, and then a strip sack by DeMarcus Ware to be ruled a forward pass. Time is ticking. 4th and goal for Smith. He cocked his arm back and rifles towards a wide receiver. Can this be the day he gets himself a passing touchdown to receiver? No, it falls incomplete. Chiefs lose 24-17. Kansas City now sits at 0-2 on the season as Smith's final stat line was quite boring. 255 yards, absolutely no touchdowns, no interceptions. Coming into Week 3, there's only one thing on Kansas City's mind.
Oh no! We suck again!
Maybe traveling to the crumbling city of Miami will finally put some good into the lives of Chiefs fans. The game starts off just great with no score in the first quarter and Jamal Charles looking like he might want to head to Denver in the coming years. The scoring starts off in Kansas City's favor with a 21-yard rushing touchdown by Nile Davis. Oh my lord, it's a miracle. A passing touchdown to... Oh, it's Travis Kelce. Still no genuine receiver touchdowns. Hey, on the bright side, at least you guys are up big. Okay, Alex Smith fumble leads to a Brian Hartline touchdown, but it's okay, that's expendable. Andy Reid, why the hell are you calling a play action at the 1 yard line? Okay. Andy Reid's face here looks like he also doesn't want to be here. Me and you both, pal. Phew. Okay, Miami didn't do anything with the football. Where have I heard that before? Oh, there's no time to answer that because we have a slick passing touchdown to Joe McKnight. Wait, hold on. What position is he again? Oh, god damn it. On the bright side, the Chiefs would go on to essentially commit heinous acts against the Dolphins' defense as they win 34-15. Smith's final stat line, 186 yards and 3 touchdowns. 0 of those touchdowns were to wide receivers. I think you're starting to catch a theme here, right? Okay. I'm not going to bore you with all 17 weeks, so I'm going to fast forward to... Oh, never mind, the literal next week. Okay. Week 4 was primetime week as the Chiefs come back home to face the New England Patriots. On this very night, the football gods apparently got very bored of making the Chiefs pay for their sins, so this one was never close. The game starts with the football gods waking up from their late nap to once again blue ball all Kansas City fans. Smith rifles a dart to Dwayne Bowe, who comes up about 2 yards short from finally ending the 3-game receiving touchdown drought. But the gods say not today. Bowie seems quite happy about it, but deep down he is deadly amounts of pain. In the next play, Jamal Charles is able to punch it in from a few yards out, and the Chiefs strike first. The next drive starts with Niall Davis daddying the Pats' defense with a 43-yard run to set them up in Patriots territory. Seriously though, I have no idea what the defense is doing here, but I digress. Smith darts one to Kelsey, who once again comes a few yards short of the end zone. He hits us with a nice little boogie. A screen pass to Jamal Charles will give Smith his first passing touchdown of the day. Still no receiver in sight as we travel deeper and deeper into the football wasteland. What happens next, however, is probably the most evil thing the gods have ever crushed Dwayne Bowie with. That's foreshadowing, by the way, it's not. Smith fires to Bowie, who catches it at the goddamn goal line. They rule him 1 yard short as the illegal hands of the face call sets up a Cairo Santos field goal. That's the end of the half. Watching the highlights of the game, I felt pain, anger, sadness, and desperation. They came so close. A few more inches and the curse would have been lifted. Alex Smith would have found his way out of this football wasteland and back in the wonderland that is normal football. But alas, the gods were not feeling it today. Anyways, in the third quarter, as Smith picks up yet another touchdown to Jamal Charles, and the Chiefs destroy the Patriots 41-14. Before we enter Week 12, let's get a little recap of everything that happened between now and Week 5. Week 5 comes along as the Chiefs head to the Bay Area to face the San Francisco 49ers. Start off nice for the Chiefs. Alex Smith finds tight end Travis Kelce for the 3-yard score. That didn't last long as my non-controversial friend Colin Kaepernick finds veteran Anquan Bolden for a gain of 27. Cap then finds Stevie Wonder's long-lost brother Stevie Johnson for a 9-yard touchdown. Niners now lead 13-10. Momentum shifts as we enter the third quarter with Jamal Charles taking this carry 26 yards for his season high. And that leads to a receiver touchdown, but they rule it a run obviously because it was behind the line of scrimmage. Just a few more yards forward, D'Anthony, please, buddy. You'll have a receiving touchdown. Down by 5 now with 2 minutes left. Smith has a chance to be the hero, and he throws the interception to Parrish Cox. The greatest name in football history, and the Chiefs lose 22-17. Smith's final line was 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. After the Week 6 bye, the Chiefs are back at home against the San Diego Chargers. Jamal Charles becomes the Chiefs' all-time leading rusher with this 16-yard touchdown run. Hey, at least they got that going for him. That is short-lived because at the end of the first half, sex god Phillip Rivers finds Antonio Gates to move the Chargers up 14-10. Down 14-3 in the fourth, Smith finds fullback Anthony Sherman on a screen for a 10-yard score. Chiefs lead 20-14. And all tied up at 20 apiece, this leads to a game-winning field goal by Cairo Santos, and the Chiefs win 23-20. Smith had 221 yards and 1 touchdown. That 1 touchdown coming from Anthony Sherman, the fullback. Not a wide receiver, folks. Chiefs stay at home for Week 8 as they take on the Austin Davis-led LA Rams. It's going to be a fun one. It starts off just great when Davis finds Kenny Britt for a 43-yard gain, which leads to a 1-yard touchdown pass to Lance Kendricks. Take notes, Alex Smith, you're getting schooled by Austin Davis right now. Clearly he took some sort of advice as he rifles at Travis Kelce for an 18-yard touchdown. Starting the third quarter, Niall Davis gives us his best Tyreek Hill impression as he turns on the afterburners on a 100-yard kick return touchdown. Niall would get one more rushing touchdown and the Chiefs would close out the win 34-7. Smith finished with 226 yards and nothing else. The Week 9 matchup against the Jets will come around as we see Jets legend Geno Smith seeing his common benching. Anyways, the scoring would start from Jamal Charles knocking in from 1 yard out, and we have a fantasy alert. So if you had Jamal Charles on your fantasy team on November 2nd, 2014, you're pretty stacked. 7-0 Chiefs. We then see some Houdini shit from Alex Smith as his pass, who's intended for a wide open Dwayne Bowe, was tipped and landed in the hands of Anthony Fasano. We then see Dog's best friend Michael Vick beat up the Chiefs defense for an Eric Decker score. Literally nothing else happened that game as the Chiefs win 24-10 and Smith had 199 yards and 2 touchdowns. None of them coming from a wide receiver. We move on to Week 10 of the regular season where the Chiefs head to the Big Apple to face the Buffalo Bills as we see an Andy Reid lookalike about to terrorize some kids in the parking lot after the game. KC catches a break after Bills legend Bryce Brown commits his common fumble for no reason as the ghost of Manti Te'o's girlfriend is credited with the forced fumble. We then see Jamal Charles get the carry, and by the way, apparently NFL Replay is showing this marvelous game again next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, so make sure to do that, and the Chiefs only trail by 3. We then have some prime return work as Leotis McKelvin, I think his name is, shows us how returning punts in Madden 22 feels like, and the Chiefs get the football back. And now in a prime spot for a passing touchdown, Alex Smith decides to run it himself. Great. Kyle Orton performs his weekly choke, and the Chiefs win 17-13. Heading into Arrowhead for Week 11, we got a good one as the Chiefs look to extend their win streak against the reigning champions Seahawks. And the game starts with midseason Russ actually knowing how to throw a football, and Doug Baldwin grabs it and then proceeds to mock the Chiefs fans after Kansas City signed the paperwork to make Dougie the city's legal guardian. We then have a scene where the Seahawks defense looks clueless as Jamal Charles once again finds the end zone for the score. Ricardo Lockett then decides that's UFC 4 time and absolutely rocks Kurt Coleman, so now he's done for the day, and the Seahawks are down a neck. We now have a certified Legion of Boom moment as Earl Thomas decided not to take his anger out on his own teammates and forces the fumble. Maybe this video will make him stop posting really depressing photos of himself on Instagram. Who knows? Russ then hits Seahawks legend Tony Moaki as for the goal line score, and they take the lead right back again. We then have Jamal Charles once again giving a good time to anyone who has him on fantasy as he ends the day with over 150 yards rushing. That is until we get a nice fantasy kick in the nuts as Andy Reid gives Niall Davis the touchdown run, so I apologize for that 2014 fantasy owners. We then have a rare sighting of Pete Carroll calling a run play at the goal line. It doesn't work, so now Pete is thinking to himself, well, maybe later on we shouldn't always pass on the goal line. Oh, never mind, it didn't work either as Doug Baldwin throws a fit on what could have been a flag. I know my YouTube refs got me on this one, but I think it was alright. We then have a nice reminder that referees suck after Big Red calls for the challenge on the third down call, and Jesus Christ, he isn't even close. What is going on right now? Okay, that didn't work, so they run it up the gut with beast mode and he gets stuffed. Fun. Alright, after a few more failed possessions from both teams, the game ends with the Chiefs taking the win 24-20, and the Chiefs now rise to 7-3 on the season. Okay, I'll fast forward a little bit. We are now entering Week 12. Alex Smith has found himself stranded in this wasteland they call the passing game. However, Andy Reid is giving the football gods the middle finger, as after the Week 11 win against the reigning champion Seattle Seahawks, the Chiefs are on a 6-game win streak and are sitting at 7-3 on the season. However, still no touchdowns by a wide receiver. Maybe it'll change as the Kansas City travels into the black hole to face the god-awful 0-10 Raiders. This is what we've all been waiting for. A defense in shambles and a wide receiver desperate to have the ball in his hands as he crosses the goal line. And the game starts off about as good as you could expect as the Chiefs give up a 90-yard touchdown to Latavius Murray. Okay, let's start this again. There's Dwayne Bowe. Smith gives it to him. Is it finally going to happen as he has him open space? Nope, he gets absolutely swallowed up at the 26-yard line. Okay, that's fine. You still have 26 yards to make it happen. For God's sake, listen, I get Jamal Charles is good, but for the love of all that is holy, please just give it to Dwayne Bowie. Chiefs tied up at 17. Alright, guys. Here's the situation. Down 24-20 with 1 minute remaining. Smith drops back, looks for Dwayne Bowie, and he chokes again. That's okay. They get 3 defensive penalties, so you get more chances. Okay, you get sacked. One more chance for a 4th down, and Alex Smith chokes, and the football gods give him the ultimate punishment. The Chiefs lose to the winless Raiders on primetime. Kill me. We flash forward, and the stage is set. Week 17 of the 2014 NFL season. After the loss to the Steelers last week, the Chiefs are eliminated from playoff contention. All that's left is what they've been looking for since week 1. Get Dwayne Bowie that sweet, sweet receiving touchdown. Chase Daniel is getting a second career start so that they don't have to risk an injury to Alex Smith. That's foreshadowing at its finest there, folks. However, the football gods couldn't let the Chiefs get away without having the last laugh. Daniel fires to Dwayne Bowie, who dives in for the touchdown! Wait, that's a yes! Wait, no, he fumbles at the 1-yard line. God damn it, Bowie! How difficult is it for you to not shoot yourself in the foot? Travis Kelce gets credit for the touchdown, and after this, DeAnthony Thomas punt return into the red zone. 2 more field goals will be all the Chiefs could do. They win 19-17, but they ultimately lose the bigger battle. In 2014, Alex Smith and Chase Daniel will combine for 3,400 passing yards and 19 touchdowns. Of those 19 touchdowns, 5 would go to Jamal Charles, 1 would go to Niall Davis, 1 would go to Anthony Sherman, 2 would go to Joe McKnight, 5 would go to Travis Kelce, and 4 would go to Anthony Fasano. The Chiefs completed the impossible. They made John Heisman roll in his grave as Andy Reid destroyed every basic rule of passing. The Chiefs played 16 regular games without a receiver. While they would miss out in the playoffs, they became just the 4th team in NFL history to not have a single wide receiver catch a pass for a touchdown. The last to do this, the New York Giants in 1964. Their record that year, 2-10-2. So sure, they weren't the first team to accomplish the feat, but the Chiefs proved that you don't need receivers to field a competitive team. They finished 9-7 and ended 1 game out from making the playoffs while having wide receivers completely out of the game plan with an offensive scheme heavily centered around the passing game. The moral of the story, folks? Andy Reid is a goddamn genius. Good night, America. Alright, what's up? Post-editing Alex here. I didn't realize while making this video, but I just want to throw it out there that rest in peace to Joe McKnight. He is the Chiefs running back I mentioned a few times. He was the one that was involved in a fatal shooting in 2017, so I just want to throw my condolences out. And yeah, stay safe, everybody.